Hey guys, welcome to Dr. Crypto. I'm back with Bitcoin price analysis video, and I was just looking at some of the uh, previous corrections when we were just running up to 64,000, if you remember that. So this was the last recent bull run, the leg up that we have had here, and I was just taking a look at the correction that we got in that run, and I was trying to make some sense and compare it with this recent one that we are getting, and now we are going up. So I was thinking that it could be interesting to share this guys with you. Of course, if you enjoy it, you can subscribe to the channel, you can like the video, then I will be actually understanding that you enjoying the video, and I will be trying to post more of these videos and idea I will share with you. So guys, look at it now. I was thinking a lot. This is of course in a daily time frame in the Bitcoin price, and we were of course going up from even this is from 10,000 here, but it was even lower in the COVID time and all this stuff. But we had a parabolic run that we non-stop that we were going up, and then at some point when we reached like 41,000 around, we got a massive correction. All right, we got a correction which, I take a look at it, is just 32% of the correction. All right, and then here we got some support, which is in actually my this is, I think, came to your attention as well, this band, this moving average, if you're trading, because it makes a lot of sense taking a look into them. And then guys, we got support exactly at the bottom of the band. Then we started the next leg up to, how much was it? It was like 58,000, and then we had a drop again, correction 26%, and then we went up again, and then we got 80% correction, and we went up again. I don't count the last one as a correction, as we were actually dropping to a cycle which was for a while, for some months, was a bear cycle that everybody was calling for, kind of 10,000, 8,000, 6,000, whatever Bitcoin price to come. So guys, I was trying to make some sense out of it and compare it with now this recent leg up that we had. Of course, let's just compare this one parabolic move. We can compare it to the start from 9,000 from the end of the last bear cycle that we just have had, and it is not looking so parabolic as this one. It is nice, but it's not, like, you might see a little bit difference, and I tell you why. Because when we started to go up from this area, everybody, including myself, to be honest with you, was thinking that this could probably be a bull trap. Okay, we had distribution phase, now we could have actual redistribution phase in here, and of course anytime from here drop back to much lower price targets, right? We were all convinced that this is not a bull trap, as soon as, of course, here we thought after the sharp drop, we have had everybody again, like those who are considering not Bitcoin maxes, of course, but those who are considering some danger from the bear cycles to come. We were thinking again, but since we broke the all-time high and all this stuff, so all of those patterns that were suggesting that we might head back down was just out of the table, and we were going up. And of course, at this moment, all of us are sure that we are in a bull market. Those who are not yet talking about the traps and all this stuff, they have to think twice. I think it's not good to all the time to be bear or bull, so we have to adjust with the market. Anyways, now what I want to say, yeah, here we were not we were actually, I would call this even quite enough nice run, parabolic one, as we even didn't fall below these moving averages in this but still there was sell-off, there was a lot of fears in the market that this one could be a bull trap, right? But still we managed to went up to 52,000 very nicely without any major drop. And then actually we got the first correction to 25%, the time that all of the bears were telling you, yeah guys, we told you that we are in the bull trap. Of course, here I also was thinking that probably it was a bull trap, but okay, Bitcoin always surprised, and we went up, and now we are at some level that, I think, if you call it a bull trap or whatever, you have to think a bit more. Now guys, of course, Bitcoin, crypto, or any other risky asset at any times might surprise everybody and just come back down. The 69,000, which me and you probably not believing that was the top of this cycle, could be the top. Yeah, right, could be the top. But of course, at the moment, we are not yet convinced. Okay, why? I'll tell you based on the history. If we look at the history, here we had 32%. I actually consider this one to be equal to this one, to be the same as this 25% of correction here. And guys, the thing comes to my attention is that this second leg up in this, I mean, probably historical, if you count this cycle as one cycle, okay, somebody might, I'm sometimes thinking maybe this was a cycle and then we had a couple of months of bear cycle and then we have the next cycle. Of course, it wasn't seen in the Bitcoin history. We had usually 1 year, 1.5 year like maximum bull run, and then we had a bear market for a couple of years, and then we had another bull run. But if we consider this one as be one bull cycle in the Bitcoin, so of course it can tell me that having correction with less percentage, the first correction, okay, than this one, it shows me that we are in the, I mean, more powerful bull run. I think you let me know if you agree with this actual theory, because here we got 32% after all of this. Here we got 25%. Still, they are huge, right? I believe, I mean, historically, we get correction like 15 to 20, 25 maximum percent, like when we are in a bull run. Like if anything, when it goes above 50%, they call it like we are in a bear run. That's why everybody was like worried in here. So depends how you like analyze the stuff. And now, then we went up again. Okay, we went up again. I think this is, I cannot add the percentages. We went up so much. I don't want to make a mess here. This is, I'm gonna only talk about this in this video about the corrections. But the thing is that when we went up again, we had the next leg up, we got another 26 to 27% of correction, right? We fell from like 58,000 to the level like around 43,000. That's actually more than 10,000 again. And then we had the next leg up to 62, and then another 18% of correction, and then we had the final leg up. And of course, then we were just dropping. Okay, I won't call this corrections because they were like kind of, I mean, aggressive, right? So, guys, now what's happening in here? Like I was thinking, I think this one, for example, if I want to put the percentage from this stop that we recently had to now, this is 13% of correction. Yeah, it's normal, it can happen like 15%, 20%, 13%. This is even though small, but this correction for me is just not a really correction. It's not big because it was just a matter of retesting the previous all-time high, right? We went up to like 67,000 and like we confirmed that we broke the previous all-time high, and then of course we cannot just keep going. We had to retest the all-time high, retested, and it was confirmed, and we went for the next leg up. Of course it didn't go aggressively up, but we didn't have a huge correction. Okay, and now since like a week or two we had this trouble, and how much drop that we had from 69,000 we went all the way to 55,000. It wasn't even like let's say it was about like 15, it wasn't even 15,000, it's around like 14-15,000 of downside movement. But let's measure it and see how much of a correction it was, if we see it's enough or not based on the history that we have. So from here to, from the top, that 69,000 to the very bottom, that for the moment that was 55,000, I guess about how much was 55,000, let's say 500. We had almost 20% of correction. This is legit. Okay, in a bull cycle I think this is legit, and we are actually because the recent pump we just got a couple of I think 2-3 hours ago was huge, that we had a, of course, we fall like about 1,000 Bitcoin was falling, and then we had 2,000 bounce back, and now it's running, just keeping the price and consolidating and going further. I hope this daily close that we are getting today, let's zoom in a little bit. will be as bullish as possible. I will just get back to it and talk about it a little bit, but just to get down with the corrections, okay? This one is approximately about 20% of correction. Now, guys, if we believe in the bull run, that was, of course, all of this area that we were falling, if we were buying, especially some of these altcoins and all this stuff, it was a good opportunity to buy, I believe, of course. But the thing is, almost 20% could be a sign that we are ready to for the next leg up. And of course, if you are just more to like data analysis, all of the data that I've been going through, they are suggesting that it's kind of over. Now, the thing is, now if I want to look at it, look, let's just start removing a little bit this stuff, and let's look at, I don't know, let's go to 1 hour, sorry, 1 hour. Of course, there are some levels that I'm watching. I just briefly tell you. Now, actually, since I started to record the video, I think we are after like 2 hours of consolidating. Now Bitcoin is ready for making another high for the day. But guys, look, we dropped, and it was exactly, I was looking it dropping, and I was like kind of 100% sure that we're gonna be going back soon, because it was just looking like this. Okay, if you're like experienced, if you're just watching charts for a while, you know how it works. So guys, of course, I was if there was a major drop, I would be looking for this line that I have. Of course, I draw, I mean, based on some previous analysis in here, like 55,000, but it didn't get there so far until now, and I think it will not. I think we are just ready to continue moving upside. But of course, we have some major, look, we have some major resistance level coming soon. This is very big. I mean, not huge, but still it's big. This is overly, all right? So I have this line in here. I hope as soon as like now or a bit later, before we close the daily candle of today, I hope it will just break 60,000, which could be a psychological level, which could be actually it's laying down actually perfectly with this line that I have in here. And I think we're going to be having problem breaking it, but I think we will. We had this will be the third or fourth touch, actually. Why not? Fourth touch usually are legit and they break up. So hopefully we break and we go to this triangle that I have. I mean, patterns, I don't want to mention pattern. I'm talking in this video generally about the price of Bitcoin and what we can expect. I'm not talking about the trading opportunities in here in this area, short-term trade. But the thing is, hopefully we will be closing above 60,000, okay? If we will be closing above 60,000, going back to daily, what will be nice to see when we go to the 60,000, if you give me a second, I will just remove some of this. Okay, now, if we manage, okay, I have of course the important boxes in here that support resistance. If we manage to just get out of this box, okay, which is important, it's like an area of the, I mean, all of these previous highs, right? This was perfectly supported. It's let us go to 69,000, and now we were below it. And I'm so glad that we, instead of dropping, falling, and making a red daily candle closing in here under all moving averages, under the resistance box and all this stuff, instead we started Bitcoin pumped and is pumping and is going, and it's about to give us a nice daily candle closing. So if we go, let's say, above this one, it will be about like 60,000. It will be very nice, because then we broke the resistance of all of these highs, and we will be looking for supports for tomorrow and days to come, and then we will be looking for more upward movement and a continuation of the bull run. Quickly looking at the weekly time frame. Of course, in the weekly, this candle is nothing nice, but as far as we are above this support area and we don't let it to be the weekly close under the all-time previous highs and make it as a resistance, we should be extremely happy and optimistic for the future price of the Bitcoin. We'll see. Bitcoin can do anything in a while. You don't know. Maybe even this candle closing will be all the way up and it goes green. I don't know. It's a little bit. We have a day left a little, like maybe 30 hours until we get the closing in the weekly. It's everything is possible, but really hope that we at least finish the weekly above 60,000, to be just saying this. Okay. I think it will happen. Let me know in what you think in the comment down below. If you have any idea, please share with me. And of course, that was all I got. Thank you very much for watching. And until the next time, I will see you later.